We're live! Yay!
Yeah, I was musing with Shannon before she had to run out for a bit. I was like, it's gone from, oh crap, I'm so late, to, oh crap, they're so late.
Yeah. Well, it's just this week was really hell for us. And no, I mean I'm not exaggerating. We had to leave early from Darren's business trip because I was sick, and so the upshot of that is we got home before all the bad weather came through, so we were able to just sleep through it, which is a good thing too because I needed about 20 hours of sleep in order to feel better. So,
yeah, y'all, we need prayers for your priestess.
Yeah,
she's sick.
Yeah,
bad, and we don't know what with.
Well, I have my suspicions, but I need to talk to the doctor. So yeah, that's when I say yeah, this was a rough week. It kind of was, but I at least managed to get rested and fed enough to kind of get everything together for this evening. So
and we'll definitely say hello to Mama Sekhmet.
Yes, and I'm still short on fortune cookies. I have 7 total. So we'll see what we can do. When it comes to divinations, we might have to get creative. But
my suggestion is that all 7 go for the congregation at large.
Okay, and that's one way we can do it. Yeah. So, and
yes.
Yeah. So this month I've been kind of looking at all right, what is the month of May going to look like, and we're going to be working a lot with Sekhmet this month, and then probably the 3rd week we'll have the Feast of the Beautiful reunion with Horus and Hathor, and I'll have a nifty surprise for everyone then, and then another feast with Neith at the end of the month. So
neat.
Yes, neat. Very funny, but okay. And since you had a topic request, and what your view of Ma'at is, how she important is stuck on what to think. And Mary Ross says, I have a new crush of the week and 2 admirers I want to go away. And I have some prayers to Hathor.
You have to be brave enough to tell them go away.
To buzz off. Yeah, well, we'll definitely say some prayers then.
Everything but thank you, no thank you. I have a scorching case of herpes. Be creative.
Well, some you get some dudes that are just really doofus, and you try to tell them something to discourage them, and some of them are really weird, and it's like that doesn't dissuade them, and so I don't other than just your best demonic voice, yeah. I don't know. So we'll definitely include that in our prayers. We'll talk to our goddesses this evening and see what we can do. So where to start? And I talked to both of my brothers earlier today, so we shouldn't hear their crazy ringtones in the middle. Although that was pretty funny. And even I'll say that I think the water is a little cool, but I was like, oh boy, Darren's gonna really love this. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. It's Sekhmet purifies me. Hail unto you, Naturally. Come unto you without falsehood and without evil. A purity is upon our hands. Purity is in our hearts, and we cast down all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, pure, we are pure, we are pure. Dry your hands off there, dude. It's getting to be that time of year when, it's like everything is warm, and so, the water is suddenly like, whoa. Yeah, did I order an ice bucket challenge? Okay. I just love that bit about the power of Tefnut compels you. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's watching now and will be tuning in to come. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
the light was very strong.
Okay. You arise in the Kepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who at your right side, your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Neith the Great, and Sekhmet, O Unechidu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Espet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Okay, there it is. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Unechidu, these waters are the Eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Unechidu. that you may be purified with it. I give you incense. Give you incense, great purity. I don't use it to lit this candle. There we go. Its fragrance is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, it cleanses you, and it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O Yunichiro, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunichiro. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Including a few fresh blackberries that have been starting to come up. And I think those, we get blackberries down here a lot earlier than places further north do. But I think the birds have been helping themselves to a few of them. I said, well, better let them have a few because I haven't put a feeder up for them yet. So, but to that end, especially because it is springtime, gardens prosper, and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Neith, Sakhmet, Yunichiro. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. There we go. Okay. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Neith the Great within her house, and Sekhmet within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Neith, for Sekhmet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your body, O Neith. Come to your body, O Sekhmet. Come to your bodies, O Yunichiro, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Neith, before Sekhmet. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisun Nekhepere Ra. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And now, from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus for them, and light their way and do on. And we bring them these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. And we got a request from someone on the Facebook group. Her name is Kat. And, huh?
Yeah.
Well, but her grandmother passed away last month, and so the family's really having a hard time right now. So we want to keep them in our prayers too.
Absolutely. You know, the bearers of the standard for grandparents are not their children. It's their grandchildren.
Hmm.
Because the grandchildren get to see the blessings that having the grandparent was.
Hmm.
No matter how much or how little contact you had, take all the lessons you learned from them and all the positives and make that the standard in which you conduct yourself when you become a grandparent or a parent.
Or get to be that age and have people in your life like that.
Yeah, and you'll always have those people, whether they're friends or blood.
Horakaru ta henket kakao abdu senachirmahan kutnibat nofret babet anket nochirim and kawan akupu nibu mahakaru nibu hir nachira. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great god. And of course, I also have to mention that our lovely viewer Mary Draw sang the voice offering. She has it on her channel, so
It was awesome.
So be sure to check it out. So, all right, and yeah, I would have to talk about I guess Ma'at as a topic in a Kemetic bite or something, but I think that advancing Ma'at is something that everybody can do, and think of it as a truth, justice, in the Kemetic way, and that's part of our relationship with the gods, because we're here to be their hands and to work good, for ourselves, and in doing so that benefits them. So symbolically we offer that. And of course, when I read the 8 Ma'ats, that's not directly taken from a historical source, but by kind of reading it and condensing it a little bit, it's something that it's a little easier to remember, and read in a service as opposed to the whole 42. Of course, let's see, no, 648, but yeah, 8, of course, is also a significant number because you had the primeval 8 of creation in certain accounts. So 8 and 9 are both symbolic numbers in Kemetic thought. But we come unto you, O Ra, Neith, Sakhmet, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This fet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay, and before I get too much further, let me scroll back here and see if I missed anything. Oh, and Melis says, I'm not sure if you saw in the Discord, but I'm excited to announce I'll be going to Egypt in October 2023. I'm going to see the temples. That is awesome.
And going to get souvenirs for the temple here.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We love you.
Ice Bucket Challenge. Oh, and Daniel, tell me you know what the Ice Bucket Challenge was. That was there was a thing going on around 2014 or so. Oh, and Akira, I've been missing. Glad to see you back. Yeah. And Mary draws admirers that she kind of doesn't want hanging around. They both know that she's Kemetic and don't care, but so that wouldn't scare them away.
Okay, she's got a couple of options. I'm in a committed relationship with a gargoyle. I have whatever made up disease you wish to make.
Yeah. Yeah, sarcastic saying, I was about to ask what the blackberries are doing out already. I gotta wait till August. Yeah, you're probably up further north because they're a late summer thing. The further north you go, but down here, yeah, we usually get them between Easter and Memorial Day.
Yeah,
and it's just one of those things. But you got to remember, I'm about 4 hours from the Gulf Coast, 4 or 5 hours.
3.5.
You know, depending on which way you take. But yeah, I'm, we're way down south, so yeah, things come up early.
It's one of the gifts from God.
Right. Yeah, and sarcastic. Are you up like in Oregon in that area? Or are you where are you at? Okay, and Mary, I'll look for your request in the Facebook group. Yeah, the thing is, I try to be, I have questions. I always ask people, just answer the questions because I just want to make sure that because you get all sorts of folks wanting to join groups for whatever reason on Facebook, and so I'm trying to make sure that it's people that are like, actually interested in being Egyptian pagan, not just. I'm in this group to share pictures from, the latest archaeology news or, aliens or whatever, so that's why it's, you have to be patient. But, okay. Yeah. Kira says, life's been really chaotic, frustrating and exhausting. I'm with you. Prayers for strength and resilience. I could use it. And yeah, let's see. Kemetic bites for Egyptian numerology, numbers of power. Sure. Okay, sarcastics in Washington, darn near the Canadian border. Okay, yeah, that's why you guys get them so late, because yeah.
Pick up a rifle and defend us, buddy.
No, man. Well, actually, no, this is closer to Vancouver.
Pick up a rifle and defend us, buddy.
No. Sun at 100 plus degrees the whole weekend. Oh wow, yeah, we're gonna be in the 90s. So yeah, of course, yeah, in Austin and San Antonio and that area, yeah, you guys are like a blast furnace in summertime.
So
and up in Washington State, sun doesn't set till near 8:30 now, and I love it. Rise on tourist hours.
Is that Akura?
Akira is in Austin, is it? And Sarcastic is in northern Washington State.
Okay, Sarcastic, whatever you do, don't accept any invitations for craft dinner.
Okay.
It's a South Park jerk.
Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna are you going to running with the 90s?
Yeah.
I have a mixed disc that's Night of the Living 90s. So, if you're talking about those kind of 90s, but yeah, in terms of temperatures, yeah, we're going to be doing that, 90s and humidity, so yeah, that's the Gulf Coast for you. But I'm just checking to make sure, so we need prayers for strength and wellness. And our friend Jory had asked for prayers because he's feeling down right now too. So we just could use some strength and some energy and a little healing. So I think we've got the right ladies.
And I asked for one for our priestess.
Yeah.
And she'd be healed and strengthened and refreshed with every sip.
One of the things that's helping me not, have like serious problems like my brothers are, is drinking lots of this. That would be my health advice for anyone. Is just, make sure you drink lots of water. It staves off a lot of problems you'd have otherwise.
Hydrogen dioxide.
No, it's dihydrogen oxide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the chemical name for water. I had to get that right for my novels, but
yes.
But that's another story. So let us say some hymns for our ladies of the hour. Starting with Neith. So actually what you have is there's a feast for the revealing the face that was observed in the southern town of Esna, which seems to have been kind of a counterpoint. It seemed like they had sister cities in ancient Egypt. So in the New Kingdom, they were trying to make Thebes kind of the sister city to Heliopolis, and that's why, especially under Amenhotep III, they were calling it the Heliopolis of the South. But you had that with other towns too, because Sais and Esna were kind of treating each other as sister cities because you had temples to Neith in both of them. And so, and there's very little left in Sais because it was in the Delta. And so, the water table is so high, a lot of stuff just wasn't preserved. But Esna, there was a temple that remained in use until Roman times. And so that's why we have a little bit from it. And a lot of what we know about Neith actually comes from that temple, including, some of the festival days and, things like, revealing the face. So it's kind of like some similar festivities to New Year's. And then there's another one, later in the month where they commemorate how she, saved Ra from the waters, and from the crocodiles and, lifted them on her head. And that's actually what the sun disk with the cow's horns is kind of referring to. But like with Isis took it on because, Horus has a solar aspect too. And so,
right.
Hail unto you, O Neith the Great, the one who existed before existence. You who made all that is, who created all that exists. Eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of Ra who was at the beginning. Unique one without equal, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command. One does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth. Mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under her authority. Mistress of great fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty. Light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your son as the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seed of gods and men. Great cow, who nourishes all things. Mother of mothers, who is like no other. And we have our Litany to Sekhmet on a candle. Hail, Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light, who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests the Sphet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And by request to Hathor, the Golden One, Lady of Love, help our friend Mary Draw, who has interest in one person, but has two others that have interest in her. And for everyone that is feeling lonely and could use a friend. Hail, O Hathor, Golden Lady, Mistress of Love, O beautiful one who comes in joy, Mistress of dancing and revelry, beloved daughter of Ra, Lady of turquoise and gold, you light up the sky with your brilliance. Shine upon all faces and bless us with your love. O Eye of Ra, may you defend us from evil. O Mistress of the West, may you embrace our blessed dead and guide us safely to them when our day of mourning comes. And if anyone else has any requests, just let me know. Let's see. And Sarcastic says, we need to keep up relations with Canada. We have a deal. They give us syrup and teach us how to make poutine, and we supply them with overpriced coffee and socks for their sandals.
Okay, as long as they keep shipping the Canadian comics as well, we can maintain this.
Yeah.
But they really should apologize for Hayden Christensen. They should.
Wait, he's from Canada?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I still remember when we went to go and see South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut in the theater with some friends from Canada.
Yes.
And we got out of it and they were like, the things they were saying about Canada, it's all true. And so,
yeah.
And it was really funny to hear actual Canadians.
I just love the fact that when Big Gay Al broke into his song. And
and they mentioned.
I'm sorry, Mr. Crumple. I just can't feel sad for you right now.
Yeah, and then they all
and they all look over at me and they're expecting me to be like shooting fire, and I'm like screaming with laughter.
Yeah, because that was funny too. Okay, but finals are coming up. Quick prayer to Jehudi. Yeah. So yes, well, Jehudi and Seshat, we'll ask both of them to help all of our students. And by the way, thanks for the shout out to Worlds Away from Here, because we're talking about dihydrogen oxide. And,
yes. Go look up Worlds Away from Here.
Yeah, those
Other Side of Nowhere and Center of the Dark.
Yeah.
They are the best novels ever.
Yeah, well, thank you. I hope they're enjoyable.
They are the three greatest American novels in the history of American novels.
Okay, Darren. You're making it too obvious. You're trying to pump me up. Okay, so I'm gonna lose my place here. Where were we? Yes. Dear Jehudi, waxing in strength in the sky, Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Kemetic, wise one in Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osiris, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds. The fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And Sekhmet, the great lady scribe. Hail, Sekhmet, lady scribe, the seven-pointed one, excelling in wisdom, mistress of the sacred words, lady of Ma'at, O great goddess, may you give inspiration and ability to remember things that they studied, as everyone who's taking finals this month sits down to crunch one more time. And may they get passing marks and move on to the next step. And so what does it mean that the first thing that pops into my head is School's Out for Summer by Alice Cooper?
Means you have excellent taste in music.
Well, I hope it means a successful outcome for everybody who's about to take finals. Yeah. Okay, and and so now we're thinking of tea and scones. I tell you what, if y'all want some recommendations for some good tea, there's a black tea with cardamom that you can get. I get it sometimes at the Middle Eastern grocery, but you can also look for it online. It's by I think the brand name is Sadaf, Sadaf, and look for black tea with cardamom. It smells wonderful. You take that and you mix it with a chai, and that's what I do in the mornings.
Yeah.
And Darren can't drink it because of the tannins in the black tea.
Yeah.
But I think I let you have a little sip one time, and you were like, darn it,
I wanted some tea, man, but I can't have it. Tea and tea bags.
Well, it's just the tannins in the black tea, but Robo's tea we can give you all day long.
Yes, Robo's tea is wonderful.
Mm. Oh, and Sarcastic saying Egyptian licorice is the bomb. It doesn't taste like licorice.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Where can I get some?
I have to look that up online. But
of course, Sarcastic could send some.
You want some Egyptian licorice? Well, let me know if there's a way, if I can look for some of that online, and I will get some. But, it really is. Okay. Okay. Since we have a very limited number of fortune cookies,
they're
at
all
the
mine.
What?
They're all mine.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Well, I tell you what. I'm going to start with one for the congregation, which of course this is nice because it can be for everyone, including the folks that are tuning in, catching us on instant replay. Haha. Yeah. And that means we've got something for you too. And here we go. And it says, an unexpected windfall will soon be yours. Now, what's interesting is last week there was something. It said you will get your heart's desire. Actually, let me pull it up because I have it right here. And it said good luck bestows upon you. You will get what your heart desires. And this time it says an unexpected windfall will soon be yours.
And that's for the congregation.
Yes, that's for everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, so some good things are coming. Just hang in there. Take heart. Like everybody that's trying to get through finals and stuff like that, and all of us that are stressed, just hang in there. Good things are afoot. So don't despair.
Yes.
And I'm seeing lots of fortune cookie.
Well, we don't have enough fortune cookies now.
Well, Kira's like, fight to the death with the cookies. Sarcastic is like, fight me. Maybe in the parking lot. Sarcastic is like, come at me, bro. I'll nibble your ankles into submission.
Some people consider that foreplay,
Okay. Yeah, keep trying to do that crazy music for Star Trek.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
And it appears it's bold of you to assume I still have kneecaps. Yeah, well, working in EMS, first response, that can be kind of tough on your joints. So
Yes.
go easy on them. But I tell you what.
No. I know how we're going to do this.
Okay, what? And then you pause.
Name the oldest television show you know without going to Google. The winner gets a cookie.
Okay. I'm sad. The first thing I know the first thing that comes to my mind, but
Don't say anything.
Yeah, you're like, don't help them.
While we're waiting,
Mary Ross says the Twilight Zone. Well, Twilight Zone is
Mother's Day weekend, at least in America. So, in the U.S.
Yeah, I think it is in other places too. But yeah, well, that's the thing, and it really messed with me. Is I didn't realize that this weekend coming up is Mother's Day. Of course, I'm in kind of a weird spot because for the last 20 years I haven't really been much on doing things for Mother's Day, but this year I need to get a card for my best friend's mom, because since my best friend passed in August, we've been keeping in touch with her mom. So, she's like, other mom.
And you need to help me get a card for mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's like Darren's mom, and then there's mom, which is, yeah. Okay. So, I Love Lucy, Howdy Doody, Twilight Zone. Wait, Super Sentai. That's some anime, but
okay. Now I'm gonna throw a question into the mix for the winner.
Okay.
And this is gonna determine the winner of the first cookie.
Okay. What?
Give me the original name, without going to Google, of G-Force.
Oh, and that's one of those things. At any other moment, I probably would have known that, but I bet you Daniel's going to get that one. But let's see. Suspense is real. Of the ones you've mentioned, I think the oldest one that I'm seeing here, it probably would be I Love Lucy. Although the Honeymooners was older than that, right?
Yes, it was.
That would have been my guess, is the Honeymooners, but
who?
what's
up here?
Have you
Kyle-
considered the Little Rascals?
Well, you
It's
just put your entry in.
Yeah. Now, I Love Lucy. That was Kyle Hinojosa. So
Okay. Technically, on the first question, which came first, the winner has already spoken. I know them. It's the Little Rascals.
Okay.
The Little Rascals came in the 30s.
Oh, was that one of those things that would be on like the movies?
You only saw them in the movies.
Okay, well, if you're going by TV, then the Honeymooners would be.
If you're going by TV,
and the Honeymooners, and then the Twilight Zone.
The Honeymooners first,
or I Love Lucy.
Then the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
The Twilight Zone began in 1961.
Yeah. I Love Lucy's a little older.
I Love Lucy is a decade older.
Yeah. Yeah, but well, Kyle, did you want a fortune cookie? And
one for Kyle. I guess we'll do one for Yamanu.
Yamanu, did you want one?
No, you can do one for everyone else. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
we'll do one for Kyle.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do Kyle and
then I still want the alternate name for G-Force. Without going to Google.
And see, I like I said, that's one that I would know, on a different day. But
it's better you don't, because you blurt it out.
Yeah, I would ruin it for everyone. All right, well, okay, let's get Kyle Hinojo says, and then we'll pull one for everyone. All right, now Kyle says, "Let the world be filled with tranquility and goodwill." It's the vibe that gives me is, you have the chance to like be the force for good.
There's another thing here too, Kyle. Let the world have its problems. It's not your shoulders that should bear them. Concentrate on peace in your own world.
Yeah, so let the world be filled with tranquility and goodwill. Specifically your world.
Your world.
Yeah, especially with a great way to start worrying about everybody else's problems is to check the news. So
I never check the news.
Yeah, well, you're the one that's always sharing with me. Oh, I just read an article about, this, that, or usually it's about music, though.
You're right.
Although I notice your feed is mostly about music and movies, though. So that's
right.
That's not quite the same. But okay. Yamanu has been gracious enough to say, let's do another one for everybody. So I know there were some requests. Hopefully this will be something to further clarify. Wow, I just kind of leaped out there. And it says, your reward is the walk, not the destination. So the thrill is in the journey.
Oh my God.
Oh, Darren.
I have to walk.
Darren, you do that too well. Stop that.
He's ugly crying.
Yes, he's fake crying. So about to say, you keep that up, it'll be time for some more cool waters. You're horrible, dear.
Call it tough new therapy.
Yes. Okay, sarcastic's like, I don't even know what G-Force is.
Good.
See, Danny on there, Danny's like, it's on the tip of my tongue. Crap.
Wrong.
Oh God, it's American Rose. Like somebody told my mother that she's so angry all the time because of the news. Does she watch Fox News?
Fox
but,
News. It's fake news.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes you get people that get that way and they're worked up, and it's because they're watching like CNN or with the other ones too. You can be like rah, 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 just with any of them, but down here anyway, the preferred station that will be on like any random TV in a restaurant anywhere, it seems to be Fox News, and I'm like,
and I don't watch Fox News.
Well, it's just I'm like, why is this? This is supposed to be news. It's not supposed to be entertainment,
right? And I'm going to give everybody a tip.
You spray bottle coolers. What's that tip?
When it comes to the news, first of all, keep something in mind. The news, if it has ticker tape at the bottom of it, it's infotainment. There was a time when the news was a 30-minute broadcast on 3 networks. Those are the 3 you pay attention to. And here's another thing for you. Find what all 3 are talking about, and what they all 3 say consistently, that's the truth. The rest of it is spin.
Yeah, just kind of average it out. Well, see, I'll tell you something that I used to do. Of course, this was in the before times, before COVID. But I would go sit in Starbucks, and you know how they'll have like the newspaper section?
Yeah.
And so you've got like the Wall Street Journal, the USA Today, and the New York Times. If you look at the headlines between all 3, and you kind of notice what's different, but what's the same, that gives you an idea of what's actually going on. Right. Because sometimes it'll be the same thing. Sometimes it's, like what they prioritize is a little different. But it's always an interesting exercise. And you're sitting there and reading the paper for free. So, I'm terrible about that.
I can remember when an editorial, also known as an opinion, was a rarity.
Well, they had a specific section for them. Like, I kind of like to read print news myself, but that's me. But anyway, one of the beautiful things about being here is, the gods are timeless. Doesn't matter what's going on. Yes, it affects us, but that's why we ask them, can you help us get through this? Because, they've seen, I think in some ways, worse things than what we have to deal with now.
Yeah.
And, I hope that they can, give us the insight to get through the things that go on now, because they've seen this before. And, hopefully that can give us lessons for, how to get through what we're doing now and, not lose our minds in the process. So with that bit of wisdom, if anybody's got any other prayer requests, or I tell you what, there's 4 more cookies left. So if anybody, and as for G-Force is an anime. And I tell you what, since I think people were like, not quite.
I'm going to give you the answer, which disqualifies all of you.
Well,
it's Battle of the Planets.
Battle of the Planets. Okay, because I was sitting there going, was it Battleship Yamato? And I was like, no, that's not it.
That's an anime within itself.
Yeah, but okay.
Oh, okay. Ultra hard trivia question for all you Disney fans.
Okay.
What was Mickey Mouse's original name? Without Googling. Without using the
Steamboat
web.
Mickey.
So what?
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So it wasn't Steamboat Willie?
Wrong. That was the first feature. But it was not Mickey Mouse's original name.
Okay.
I've heard his original name, but I cannot think of it.
I think I know what it is, but I don't want to screw it up for anybody. I got to give you a push without sarcastic. It's like, wasn't he a rabbit?
Nope.
But well, I think what happened is
he's confusing Matt Groening's original character. That was supposed to be his big selling point.
Yeah, but there also was some stuff that was being done animated in black and white, and I want to say Disney and the other animators, Walt and the other animators that eventually formed his core, they were working for somebody else at the time.
Right, and working on something for a rabbit.
Yes. And so they did,
not the same thing.
and so they did what became Mickey, because it was real easy to do. It's like, your basic circles and stuff. So they were basically working on, the stuff they were getting paid for. And then, when nobody was looking, they were turning around and working on this other thing. So,
right. But,
so that's, there's a little bit of skullduggery in the origins of Disney, if you go back far enough. But, yeah, I heard he was supposed to be a rabbit, got the design stolen. Okay, Imagination Bound. Well, Walt wanted to name him Mortimer, and his wife told him it was stupid and name him Mickey.
He wins.
Yes, Imagination Bound wins. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was Walt's character before he made Disney. He worked for Universal, and Universal took the rights from him, so he made Mickey.
Yes.
All right, Imagination Bound, you win a cookie. Oh, wow. And
he only gets one.
Right. Well, it's funny because 2 of them came out, so that's really weird.
You'll have to imagination.
That's because one is always lonely.
Say what? What you might?
One is lonely.
One is lonely. Yeah. Well, somebody always ends up getting 2, so it's kind of weird how that works. But okay, Imagination Bound. Everything you do to make your heart sing. Now that the very strong sense that I get from that is, if you're faced with a question of what should I do what feels good in your heart, do what makes you happy. Don't choose something thinking, oh, well, I got to do this, or it's what I'm supposed to, do what makes your heart sing.
Yeah, make sure you can lay your head down and close your eyes with no guilt.
Right. Guilt or regret or
none of those negative things.
Yes.
To control you.
It's everything you do to make your heart sing. And one more.
For who?
Well, when we pulled for Imagination Bound, 2 of them came out.
Now he only gets one.
Well, it says this was a prosperous time in your life. Well, I hope that can apply for everyone too.
Because he got 2.
Yeah, well, but no, but you know what that's saying? Don't worry about like sometimes we have to make decisions based on the thing that is expected to make us more financially well off, responsible, and then there's what makes me feel good when I lay my head down at night,
right?
And don't worry that you're going to be sacrificing material comfort just to keep your sanity. It will work out.
And the other thing I'm going to tell you is this: it doesn't matter if other people are annoyed by it, aggravated, disagree. You're not here to make everybody happy.
Just make you happy.
And especially for you, Imagination Bound, you're not here to make everybody happy. Personal note, I found the more pissed off people are around me, the happier I was.
Yeah.
And to that end, none of you get a remaining cookie. They're mine.
Oh no. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna pull the last 2, and that'll be for everyone because I know there were several requests. And
we love you all.
Yeah, and imagine it's just damn the gods are using Darren to kick my ass tonight.
But it's done out of love.
Yeah.
Which is quite a feat considering, it's hard for him to kick, right?
Yes, but easier than you. So.
Oh, and Mary Ra is saying, if you want a tarot reading, she can do. Go ahead and give her a message. Thank you for sharing that. And the funny thing is, I thought about doing that because I do have a tarot deck, but
that should be a special session.
Yeah. The thing is, it would be kind of difficult, especially because you wouldn't be able to see the cards here.
That's okay.
So
I don't need to see the cards.
Yeah. Well, that I tell you another thing. This was really weird when I was working on, and I'm going to do some more work on this, like maybe during the summer or something. The card set that I was making, and it has a board. I put a different tarot deck on that board, and the answers, the things that I started getting were like really crazy. Like
because those are not the cards for that board.
Right, and so there was a very strong dissonance.
Those
so I was like,
cards are for you, and that board is for you.
Yes, but they're meant to be separate. They're not the, so
those cards speak their language and not another one.
Right. Yeah. So that was that, and the other thing that I noticed too is that when I pull the throw sticks for yes and no, we tend to get a lot of stuff that's like, no, we're not answering.
Yeah,
so
because you already know the answer.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, nah, I don't want to do that because that wouldn't work either. So the fortune cookies work really well, and there is a historical precedent for them, and that was a really cool thing to see. Was a papyrus oracle that had been bound with some cord, and it had been somebody's amulet, and in the pictures that I took at the museum trip, it's in there. So that's going, on YouTube at some point because. And I thank you for pointing that. Like, dude, you need to take a picture of that because, it's the same basic principle.
I would hope so.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. All right. So our last two, and again, this is for everyone. So we'll see what kind of a message we have. So here's our first one. And so I noticed, Blue Conlon and some other folks. You had Sarana and Sarcastic. Hopefully this will be something that all of you guys can find something.
May this satisfy all your cookie needs.
All right, now this is the first one. Passion is in all great searches and is necessary to all creative endeavors. And I'll read it again. Passion is in all great searches and is necessary to all creative endeavors. So
Yeah.
That's the first one. Now, the follow-up here. Wow, an unexpected windfall will soon be yours.
Okay,
we're getting that twice.
In the same night. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I want you to read that along with the other one.
Okay. So, an unexpected windfall will soon be yours. Passion is in all great searches and is necessary to all creative endeavors.
Are you guys getting the picture here? It's yours. Work your ass off for it. You're going to get it in the end. It's yours. But you got to sweat. You got to want it. And you got to be willing to sacrifice. I'm going to have to tell my PS4 goodbye for a while if I want to do some of the things I want to do.
Oh, put it down and not be playing, basically?
Yeah, because once I start to get certain tools here, I have to start playing in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I have to start playing on phones because I'm going on YouTube, people.
Yeah. Well, that and if we can hash something out with my little brother, we might be able to get you a used laptop. So
that's right,
a better one than the Pop-Tart that you have now. So yeah. But this is awesome. There are good things afoot. Just be willing to work for them and keep the faith. So yeah, we got it twice in the same night. An unexpected windfall will soon be yours. So that seems pretty good.
It's very auspicious.
Yes.
Stop using big words that I don't know.
Egyptian. Here's like side note, I got an Egyptian themed athame earlier today. I'm a simple woman. I saw a cool knife at the store, put it in my basket.
Glenn Close said the same thing.
Yeah, let's see. I have a couple little school stuff. Yeah. Ha! So y'all down south, I'd be worried about windfall over there. But
gee, we're worried about lead falling.
Nah. Yeah. But everything in spiritual tradition, yeah. Yes, no more falling wind.
Yeah.
We already had a tornado
If we're
yesterday.
in the South, they're worried about
Yeah.
windfall.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
California is probably worried about landfall.
well, landfall. No, landfall is. He's talking about like hurricane landfall.
Hurricane landfall.
Making landfall. But you know what? And I know that there were some folks who had some bad weather, because it all went through yesterday. And so before we go, we'll also light Ma Hess's candle. Got a brand new one for him. And as spring turns into summer and we go from fronts to possible hurricanes, and we ask that he protect us. And hail and praise unto you, O raging lion, scarlet lord, flashing and thundering God, Lord of darkness and winds, one who acts swiftly, great God who listens, most glorious Mahes, O son of mighty Sekhmet, protect us from every evil, Lord of slaughter, protect those who are innocent, hear our prayers, and defend us as you defend Ra from his wicked foes. So we'll put him next to Sekhmet. And it's because I know, Daniel, you got a lot of rain because we're showing us pictures of the creek on your property. And of course it started over in Texas where Akira was, and then went to us, and just moved across. And they're also saying that the weather patterns is looking like we're going to have more of that over the course of the month. So we asked Mahes to help people steer clear of the bad weather as much as possible.
No more 3 a.m. meetings in the bathroom, right?
Oh yeah. Well, what was so funny was at like 3:00 in the morning. What was it, last month? I think we get the phones start going off. Yeah, there's a tornado warning in your area. So we're sitting in the bathroom and I'm checking that, and then I get a notification. Oh, your package was delivered. Like, it's such a storm outside.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course one of my friends on Facebook was like, tornado porch pirates. Like, no, actually it was there. I opened the door later and there it was. So I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, that was surreal.
I was like, wow, are they doing delivery by flying monkey now?
Yes, Lord of Slaughter sounds like a cool name for a metal band. Well, actually, Slaughter was the name of a band.
Yeah.
They did Fly to the Angels.
Up all night, sleep all day.
Yeah. Was all that on the same album, Stick It To You?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no. Wolf is getting dragged on vacation next week to Alton, Illinois.
Well, just don't go on vacation. Just don't go on vacation in drag.
Let's see. I wonder if you can a tornado steal your package. The problem is you'd have to prove it was the tornado. But okay. Well, before it gets, because I know we have some folks that are up and it's like really late for them, so we don't want to keep them up all night. But as always, we're grateful to have everyone. Thank you always for tuning in, and hope you've had a good time. And we'll have more fortune cookies. So we won't have to force people to battle it out in trivia.
I could have done this actually.
Huh?
I just hope we get some more fortune cookies.
Yeah, well, and I had meant to go and get a box, from like World Market or something, but just today I had to recover.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all send prayers and love her away. She's sick.
Well, I'm feeling better, but like I said, I'll go to the doctor and see what I can find out. But in the meantime, I'm just going to try and take it easy. So in the meantime,
closing.
There we go. And if I missed any kind of prayer requests or anything, just let me know. I'll try to make sure we cover everyone. You don't have to battle out in trivia for those. So.
Yes, you do.
Hail unto you, a tomb. hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shenit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Echeru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra and the Aket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Neith, O Sakhmet, O Mahes. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, O Neith, O Sekhmet, O Mahes. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Yes, and especially now that, we're not so worried about travel restrictions and everything. I do want to plan a Kemetic meetup for Egyptian New Year's or something, but that's going to be like next year at the earliest. Because I want to be incorporated first so that, we can get like the liability and all that other stuff for having a convention. There's a lot of, yeah. Because we're not doing pagan rainforest.
No shit.
Yeah.
Especially considering there's a good chance of pyrotechnics with any group.
Yeah. Oh goodness, Akira, I had an emergency earlier. Was feeling stressed, and this session of talking, y'all really made my mood so much better. Well, thank you. I'm so glad.
We have direct familiarity with such things.
Yeah. So, besides, one of the things that will be really interesting to try and figure out is when we all are together is, what's it going to look like when you actually have, a group of like more than 3 people, in a space, doing something because, so often, even like when we've got the local eclectic circle or something, they're kind of standing around and watching because they don't know what's going on. But when you have a whole lot of people that know what's going on, that could change the whole dynamic. It'll be really interesting to try and do that. So what I'm thinking offhand is that there'd be at least 2 rituals, because there's going to be one where we try and see what happens, when we got, like a group of people with systems, and stuff like that. And then after we try it and we're awkward for one time, then we can try it again.
We're going to have practice ritual, then real
like a
ritual.
dress rehearsal.
Yeah, like a dress rehearsal, exactly.
Yes. And you must be dressed.
Yeah. And Mary Rock and belly dance, and you know what? That's would definitely be something that we could.
Cool. And if by belly dance she means go to the buffet, I'm there too.
Oh God. Sarcastic. Y'all think I'm going to start a fire? Rude. Not wrong, but rude. Well, the thing is, I'd have to. That's another thing we'd have to figure out with a hotel space or meeting space. What would they allow? Because I'd be like, yeah, we're going to have candles and incense. They might be like, no, So we might have to figure that out. That's all stuff that we have to. It's new ground to cover, but eventually we'll do that. And actually, you know what? With the food, I was thinking I would probably end up talking to either Hathor or Nassim, one of the folks here, and be like, "Hey, you want to cater?"
Nassim's equipped to cater.
Yeah, that's right. So we know somebody. He's Palestinian, but he could. If we let him know. Well, if we let him know ahead of time, he could maybe make something like makluba, or something like that.
Well, I don't know. I just want a bunch of kebabs.
And some churches, and actually, as far as churches, there's a UU church, and they've hosted the Pagan Pride when they had it here. So they probably would. It's the only drawback is their sanctuary. It's built like a stadium or something. The stage space with the pulpit and all that is way down at the bottom of a whole bunch of steps.
Yeah, it's not very handicapped.
Yeah. And so we'd want something where, folks in wheelchairs, because, Darren wouldn't be the only one. And we want everyone to be able to have access to it. So, that's why that particular space, would not be, suitable. But, those are all logistics that we get to figure out one of these days. So, and Oracle, we if you scroll back, we had to read fortunes pretty much for everybody. So that would include you too. And the last two said, an unexpected windfall will soon be yours. And passion is in all great searches and is necessary to all creative endeavors. So, and then you get to, listen to the trivia throwdown for the other cookies. So yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great week. And we're going to make this Kemetic thing happen. Like I said, it's just going to be next year at the earliest.
Yeah.
Probably a little more like 2024, but whenever we do it, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And you probably hear about it here first. So, and you know what? Reserve a street and do a parade. Well, depending on what kind of venue, we might be able to do something inside. Trust us, those of us down here in Louisiana, we know about doing like mini Mardi Gras parades. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And actually, if you check, I was able to upload an outtake to the Patreon, and you were kind of offering some of your opinions about Mardi Gras parades, and that's what I put in the outtakes. Yeah. So in the meantime, you guys be safe and well, and we'll see you next week.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. We'll type our sign out. Okay. Good night, guys.